Okay, good morning, Haven Tribe. Okay, I'm trying to psych myself up. Anywho, um, I apologize for the postponement and the further delay. My body just wants to sleep. So, yeah. And I forgot to grab a band-aid. Oh well. Um, so let me get this out of the way. There we go. So today we are going to be doing the signatures inside our book. So there are several ways to do this. There is we could do like you put it on its own card and then you put it inside here. And I thought about doing that, but I want something kind of to decorate the outside too. So we'll see how this goes. It may look hinky, but we'll go with it. So they're pretty much all the same in the fact that you you sew, or you can glue. You can we did those little booklets a while back where I just clamped everything together and we just put glue and some cheesecloth, let it dry, and you can do that. But because this is going to be a journal, like a treasure journal, and you're going to put stuff in it, I want to leave a space between my 4 signatures. And they said to do, Nick says three signatures per inch, and this is like 1.25 inches. Yeah, 1.25 inches. Wow, I could actually see that. I remembered to clean my glasses. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Lynn. Good to see you guys. So I'm kind of nervous because I'm going to be using the crocodile and punching holes in this. So I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to screw it up. But the thing about handmade is it's not perfect. So even if you go and look at some of the stuff that they have in stores, it's not perfect either. So even machines can't do it right all the time. So, but so what we're going to do is we're going to do three signatures, and I'm trying to remember. Okay, I need more coffee. Okay, so I woke up way late. Like I woke up at 9:15. I guess my body just wanted to sleep. So I was like freaking out and running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I forgot my phone inside. I didn't even make coffee. I came out here to set this up, get everything cleared off from last night, and Michael, being the sweetheart that he is, brought me coffee. So I'm still sipping on it. He even put cream and sugar in it for me. Well, sweetener. I don't use sugar because I'm not full blown keto, but I'm trying. I miss bread. Okay, I really miss bread and like pizza dough crust and everything. So, okay, so since we have 1.25 inches, yeah, it's about 1.25 inches. Let me get my. This requires math, and I suck at math. So, we might just flip over to centimeters because sometimes centimeters are easier. So I'm holding this up to my eyes because I need bifocals because I'm an old lady. And I did get my transcripts from my school, so I can go get my Illinois state driver's license. Okay, so we're at 35 centimeters ish. So I think or yeah, 3.5. So I think because it might be easier just to do this in inches too. I don't know. So you're going to see the back of my head a lot here because I can't see. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down. First off, let's see how these center in here. Okay, so they are exactly the same size. So what we're going to do, because I'm me, is line this up. And we might actually trim this down. I might actually just take my handy dandy thing here. So these line up perfectly on the edge. I might just take a little bit off the edges so it's kind of set in. So when you put things in your journal, you can have it come up over the edge a little bit. So let's do that first. So to prepare your signatures, and I will show you, this is, let's get the crocodile out of the way. There we go. So, whoop-a-doo. I did some coffee stained paper, and this is graph paper. And then I did, this is a page from a French cookbook. And I did, let's do this way. There we go. I don't know, something about that red line. I need to have face for it. And this is the inside page. I took a composition book apart. I cut all the strings and just took the pages and then coffee stained them. So 3 pages a piece. And I folded them all in half and then put them together. But most people say that you should fold them together, but I couldn't do it. I don't know why. This just wasn't my thing. So the graph paper is a little bit taller than the other 2 papers. So I'm just going to stack these up. Okay. And let's measure. So we kind of know what we're at here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So this is actually 8.5 wide. So we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off. So we're going to line, actually let's do it the fold side up. Let's move this stuff out of the way because I'm a klutz and it'll fall. Let's see. Okay, hands, work with me. So I'm putting the fold side at this edge, and that isn't going to work. Actually, yes, it will. Put the fold side edge up. To get our, put that down so we don't kill ourselves, because I'm good at that. I already got a boo-boo on my finger this morning. Okay, so I'm lining them all up straight at the bottom. I brought the other ruler out because math is not my forte. And we're just going to cut these off at 8. Okay. And we'll do 5. So I'm just lining it. I found with this Tim Holtz thing, if you take your fingernail and then push your paper up against it, if you have a stack of paper, it works really great to line it up. So, and then hold your little finger, and then we just kind of trim that off so it's all nice and straight. Okay, so we're going to do 8 and 5 on the rest of them. Put that over to there. I kind of lined up the signatures different for each stack just because I'm me and I like doing it that way. So this is going to be, well, let me put it this way. There we go. So we're going to do 8. And yes, I'm probably scaring you people by putting my arm under the knife. I'm not that big of a klutz most of the time. Okay, again, tapping it down, making sure it's even, and line it up on the 5. There we go. And there we go. Eight. And I will have a full review of this tonic guillotine cutter on the channel at some point. Right now, I'm working on other stuff. Okay, so they should all be the same size. Uh-oh. What did we do wrong? Oh, this one did get cut at 5. This one got cut at 5.5. Okay, we'll make it 5. There we go. And I'm okay with cutting it down. Gotta put this in backwards. Okay, see this and this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to center. Hang on, let's take this off. I don't use this piece very often, but I like that it has a little storage rack inside. And it has a storage for the handle too. The only thing I don't like about this thing is it doesn't have a lock. Like I can't lock this down to put it in my bag. And I as I said a bajillion times, I'm a klutz. So we're going to put that right there for now. I'm going to take these little scrap pieces of paper and we're going to put them in the scrap bin because we're going to be making paper. So I'm just going to make sure that I have all these lined up and somewhat centered. So there we go. I am centering them so that way I can make sure that all three holes that I want to punch in these will line up. Well, get stitched. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, how about this guy? Yeah, that's okay. That's a little bit bigger. We might actually, I need to cut down. Hold on. Yeah, we need to cut down the edges on this one. Then we'll have to re-ink it. So I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch. Actually, I don't have any of my, do I have? I do have my one knife. So we're just going to do it this way. So we're going to line it up. So that's actually 1/4 of an inch there. So our ruler and our blade. I was going to get the big hack guy out. Actually, let's get the other ruler. That ruler's awfully flimsy, and I don't want to cut myself. I think it's almost time to change the blade on this little guy. Okay, stick that in the stack. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there we go. It's so good. Do 1/4 of an inch. So right? No, that's fine. Okay. Well, it's not quite. It's a little off center now. Actually, that looks good. Okay. All right. Close the blade, Tish. Close the blade. All right. So now here comes the difficult part, the math part. So I'm actually, because I'm me, and I know how me works, I think I got a piece of, yeah, here's a piece of scrap paper. It's about the same size, and it's white so I can see it. So we're going to put this up here, put this down here. Okay. And we're going to cut this off. There we go. Okay. So this fits inside here. It's a little bit big. Let's see. Come on, hands. So we're going to take... So you can't see down here, but I have a measuring tape down here. So what I do is I line it up straight edge on here, and then I measure like 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch down here. And then I use this solid line to line it to run my blade on, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to trim this down by 1/8 of an inch because I think that's about what it's off. So, oh. Yeah. Why is stuff always in my way? Because I have stacks and stacks of stuff, and it just drives me nuts. Short drive. Okay. So, that looks about right. All right, now we can make a little template. It's not perfect, but then again, neither am I. But that fits nice inside there. So we have 4 signatures. And so we're going to want, whoop. No, oh, there. Let's hang that up. Why do you have to stack everything? Okay. So we have 4 signatures, and we want to come down 1 inch. And I'm just going to use a little piece of tape here to hold this in place. That way it's not sliding around. Okay, sip of coffee. Okay, so we know there's an inch here, and it is about 1.25 inches. It's 1 inch and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. So my brain hurts now. Let's get a Sharpie. I just realized that almost all of my pins in my little thing are Sharpies. Okay, so let's go in just a hair because this thing doesn't go. Actually, let's go check centimeters, see if that'll be easier. One, two, three. Yeah, 34. So 17 we have. Okay, so I'm just going to mark the halfway point. This. This ain't quite straight. Hang on. And then so we're going to go 17. Okay, so if we had 3 signatures, which we could do, we just do one in the center and then one slightly here and one slightly in here, but we have 4. So we need to put, actually, let's do 3 because my brain hurts. And I think 3, if we do that one and these 2, and this one we can save for another project. So should, yeah, let's do 3. So that way I make it easier for my poor little brain that is not fully caffeinated. Okay, so 1 in the middle, and then we said 17, so let's go in 8, which is there. There. You know, maybe that's why we do 3 signatures per inch, because it makes the math easier. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we're going to find the center-ish of these 2. So this is 6.5, so 3 1/4. keep on wanting to do it on 13. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. Okay, so there we go. Now, I'm going to get some more tape because this isn't going to be big enough. So what we're going to do, first off, is we're going to lay our signatures on here and bump this guy up a little bit. Lay them kind of where we want them. And then we're going to take our Sharpie. We're going to take the fat Sharpie on this one. And we're going to mark a line on our signatures where our dots are. Okay. We're just going to make sure that we got a nice line for all of these. So I'm just kind of holding them up and making sure I got that line. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this guy. We're going to lay him in place where we want. We're going to make sure that he doesn't fold up, and he doesn't. And then we're going to take some magic tape, and I'm just going to tape him down. So he doesn't wiggle. Make sure you got them where you want them. And then I'm going to put 2 pieces of tape across the center too. This one right here. And this is painter's tape, so it's not going to pull up anything. They have fancy scrapbooking paint tape that you can use if you want, but painter's tape is less expensive and it's easier to get a hold of. So it does the same thing. Okay. Now I'm really nervous. Janice, I agree. Do 3. More room to fill it up with memory. With memory goodness. Yes, yes. Okay, so on the crocodile, I'm going to use the 1/8 inch setting. And you get to see my big fat head again. Okay, you listen. And I'm going to try and line it up in the circle. And actually, let's see. There we go. This little ruler thing that they have on here is nice-ish. but it's not perfect. Like if you put any kind of pressure on it, see that one got crooked. Okay. Screw that business. We're just going to eyeball it. It's easier. Okay. So we're going to line that up. We're going to line that up. There we go. Okay. Learn as you go, right? Now, you guys know how thick this stuff was. And this crocodile, you can see I'm barely putting any kind of effort into it. And it's punching right through. Okay. You see my hand underneath there? Yeah, I punched through the tape. It's okay. I'm not heartbroken about it. And the only thing I don't like is it's like little rabbit dropping, little mouse droppings. But hey, that's part of the thing. So yeah. I'm getting a flow for this. This is kind of cool. Because I have some other books that I want to do. But I've been kind of nervous. Okay, that's not too bad. We only had one that was slightly off. So, handmade, y'all. Handmade. Okay, so let's take this off. That's kind of fun. I've got perforated tape now. Okay, so we're going to save this piece of paper as there's still parts in there that we can use. Yes, I am borderline hoarder, but that's okay. All right, so before I do this, let's move this over here. I am going to take a couple of paper clips here. I'll just use these ones. So I got it all lined up to where I want it, but because I have to open it up, I don't want things to slip, so I'm going to take and just paper clip it before I punch it. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to fold it flat. Okay, and I've got my marks where I need to have them. And again, we're going to do the 1/8 inch hole. I'm going to move this out of the way because I don't need it. Because I'm just going to punch where the holes are at. And this has a 6-inch loop thing, so you can punch in the center of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And I'm telling you what, this thing, I ran this thing through the gamut and it took it. All right, so we've got signature number 1 punched. that right there. Now we want to do signature number 2, and I want to make sure that I have this kind of centered. So all the things get punched and we've got something holding it in. Okay. Punch. There we go. Numero 2. I'm going to try and keep the signatures in the order that I want them, so when I grab them, I have them. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. There we go. Okay, so make sure we're getting there nice and tight. And I'm just going to put one at the top and one at the, well, I can put one here and one here. That should hold it. There we go. We have a few more pages in the signature, so I want to make sure that it goes as planned. Now I press it down halfway-ish. And then once I have it lined up with my mark, then I commit to the punch. Maybe. Come on, baby. Shadows today. I don't know why. Oh, because I don't have that other light on. Okay, come on. Okay. I was holding my breath and I didn't even notice. Okay, so that should be all lined up. We got all our holes punched. I'm going to put this, close this because I'm a klutz. So what I'm going to use today is this green twine because I like it. And it kind of goes with all the green that we have in here. There's a little bit of green in front. So little burst of color. Now the trick is to find the beginning thread because I've never used this. I don't even know where I got it. So, but you can dye at twine of any kind. You can color it. So what I'm going to do as soon as I can find a glove, because I don't want to get this all over me. Hang on. Don't fall over, Tish. Well, for Pete's sake. I reorganized everything and now I can't find stuff. The joy of being me. Let's be. Here we go. This will work. Okay. So. Come on. Oh, jeez. I'm getting hung up on my good intentions. I took the vacuum cleaner out because I was going to vacuum the floor. Because we have all these little pieces of paper and whatnots and what have yous. Okay. Those go over there. And I think we'll just use this as a base. This is one of my dipped pages from last night. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, one more for good measure. I am going to cut a piece of twine. Get this. And then I am going, because you want to wax your twine anyway, or your thread or whatever. And I'm like, well, since I'm waxing it, let's get fancy. And let's use some dark wax. So, putting on gloves because I don't want to get dark wax all over my hands. And we're just going to put a little dark wax on this. Just a little bit. I'm not putting very much, and I'm rubbing it in really well. And I'm actually taking some fuzz off too while I'm at it. So okay, so I'm just taking a little bit on my fingers and kind of rubbing it on. And then once we get it all on, then I'll take a rag and wipe the excess off. Take a little bit more here. That, and then we're just going to run it. It's probably a good idea to wear gloves when you do this too, just because of the friction. We're going to have a big hairball at the end here. There we go. Okay, so keep rubbing it. A little bit more on here. There we go. Now we should be able to run our string through our pages without getting too much tissue with it. And I'm just going to take, this is my paint rag from last night, so I'm going to put a little bit of this dark wax on here. Hey, I'm trying to, this stuff's expensive, so try and utilize it wherever I can. Okay, I'm just going to take this rag and I'm just going to run it across. I'm pinching it. Okay, I took more fur. And we're going to do it one more time. This time I'm not pinching it as hard. There we go. See, we got more fur. But we got less wax too. So I'm going to coil this up. It just makes it a little bit easier to handle. And I'm going to leave my gloves on, I think, while I do this. I don't know. But you can kind of see, actually, I can take my gloves off. Take them off in a nice manner so I can use them again because I'm going to use this dark wax again at some point this weekend. Uh-oh, I'm getting an error. Okay, so this is what we got. You can still kind of see the green. Here's the original green. So you can see it darkened it up, but still very green. So let me see what's going on here. I think we lost Facebook. Can't connect to some destinations. Oh, okay. That's just them telling me. All right. So now we need to get a needle of some form, because I don't know about you, but I'm not real good at. Now this one's an embroidery needle. It already has a point, like a piercing point, but I'm looking for something with a big eye in it, which is this one right here. This one has a big eye as well. It's just I don't need the sharp point. I already poked holes and I don't want to poke a hole in my finger. All right. So we're going to put this baby together. So we want this signature first. So we make sure that we have it all lined up with our holes, which we do. And look, it's going to lay like that. So we find our center. And we thread the needle. Hang on. I need to get rid of the fuzzy bits. Oop. Maybe this isn't the scissor to get rid of the fuzzy bits. These aren't the droids you've been looking for. Okay, so I am going to give it a good lead. Like that. Now, Shiza. Okay, since I got these all discombobulated, I'll make sure that I get them all lined up again. There we go. Okay. There we go. And actually, we need to go within the center hole. Okay, so we're going to go in the center hole. And then we're going to go in the center hole like this. There we go. And then we're going to come through the bottom like this. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Come on, hands. There we go. There we go. Okay, so you can see I left a little bit of string in the middle, but that's because I want to pull it out a little bit. We might have to actually do more because I'm going to tie these off. Each individual signature is going to be tied on its own. So I want to leave, I don't know, what's that, about 8 inches. Okay. And then we're going to go all the way to the top. Okay, so we're in the top hole here. Okay, so Now I want to make sure that this string is going towards the front of the book because we're going to come back in through that same hole after we pull this tight. Okay, we want it tight enough to bind it in there, but not so tight that we're going to rip the pages. Okay, so we're going to come back in, maybe. There we go. And we're going to have this string on this side. On this would be the back of the book. So this string is on the front of the book. This string will be on the back of the book. Okay. And I probably should have made more string, but we're just going to tie this off. So if I remember my knots correctly, we do over, over, and then I'm going to do one more for good measure. Go. And then we're going to cut this one off right about here. Okay, because I haven't decided yet, but I think I might put some little charms on these and just let these hang down. So there's our outside, and there's our inside. We've sewn in the first signature. Okay, so plenty of room to stick your little stickers on. So let's do one more, because I think I have enough string to do one more. Then I'm going to have to cut another chunk of string. See, good thing I didn't throw my gloves away. Okay. So, see, I'm still getting fur balls. Okay, I need coffee. Hang on. And no, I haven't. Oh, thank goodness I looked. There's no fur balls in my coffee. We're good. Just for safety's sake, we'll put that on the other side of the trash can. Okay. So, I should have left a paper clip in these. That's what I should have done. But, you know, learn from my mistakes. Do as I say and not as I do. Okay, so we are lined up and ready to go. We are going to find the middle. We are going to put our needle through the middle and then find our middle hole. And you want to take your time and talk yourself through this because you do not want to lace this up wrong. So through the middle. Okay. And I'm just going to leave that really long for now. And then we're going to come in this second hole here. There we go. Okay. And we're going to make this on this side. And we're going to give this a couple of tugs. There we go. Pull it tight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! It broke. That's the one thing I don't like about this stuff, is it will break if you pull too much. Okay. Do I have enough on here? Nope. Hold on. Yeah. So we will do that another time. I'll do that off camera. I'll do the other two here. I'll wax up some more of that. So that is one of the failings of using twine, is it does get weak spots in it. But we do have our first page in there, and it's in there. This baby ain't coming out unless it rips out, you know, unless you really, but So you still see that little bit of green in there. And that's why I wanted to do that, because I knew there was green throughout, you know, these pages. So, and I like the way that looks. So kind of gives it that rustic feel. So I will wax up some more twine. I will have this ready, and we're going to come in and we're going to do some finishing touches, maybe make some tags. And then this will be part of a giveaway for members only when we do our members only live stream. So that's why I wanted to get it finished, because I'm going to do this as a giveaway. So because I made it with you guys, and you guys should have it. So there we go. All right, thanks for joining me today. Just a reminder, we have our Saturday night Shenanigans live. I just set that up while I was setting up this morning's live. I figured might as well get it out of the way. We're still looking for a name for our group. We're trying out different names, seeing what people like, and see what we like, because there's a certain vibe that we want to have for it. But yeah, I need more coffee, and I think I need to go for a walk or something, get my mojo going. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. We will see you next week, Friday morning at 9:30 Central Standard Time, because it's daylight savings this weekend. Yes, maybe I can wake up on time now. Anywho, thank you so much. Have a great day. Be kind to one another. Love y'all. See you soon.